Kelly. Fucking Johnny Kelly over here, they call me. Johnny Kelly, jump cut. Oh, what's up, boys? How's everybody doing? Fantasy football. I wanted to get into football so much, but I didn't want to wreck. Since I've been going live, I can't just go off. Like if I said it's a boxing video, I didn't want to go too much into football, so I just had to come back on. We're at the trade deadline, boys. We're at the trade deadline. Oh, yeah, I'm not fucking around, T-Rich. We got football to talk about. It had to be in the proper lane. And I don't want to be sloppy where if I pick it up and people go back, I don't want them to go think they're watching a boxing video and I'm fucking doing 40 minutes on football. That's not right. So I want to keep my shit correct. So the boxing, I wanted to do a lot. Yesterday, I wanted to get into the boxing, but we were doing football. You know what I'm saying? So we needed to do that. Now we get into the evening. We're going into Thursday. These weeks are flying on us. T-Rich. How could we not talk about the trade deadline right now and everything? I sent Paul a decent one just now, but he won't accept it, I don't think. But I sent him he said he doesn't want to talk about it in public. So I'll wait. If he rejected it already, if he already rejected it, then I'll speak on it. Let's see. Uh-oh. Hop in, guys. Hit that link right now. I need more likes. Come on, guys. Let's go. Right here. Hit that link. We're going to the link. Who plays at the link? I'll tell you what. This is the deadline in T. Rich's league. My deadline's in a couple of weeks. I'm like, in football terms, in one of my leagues, my own, I'm dead. I am buried in my own league. I don't even want to talk about my own league. And I like the roster. I just picked up Calvin Ridley on a waiver. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to stay in the JFFL. I'm staying in the JFFL. Now, Tyler, is there a rule? Is there a rule on us? What if I want to offer you a real trade? We're not allowed anymore? Because I know we're running out of time. I know it. But I'm feeling like I might want to trade. Oh, damn. Nate Dogg keeps offering me Kareem Hunt, but he's about to fucking retire, isn't he? Isn't Pacheco coming back? I love Kareem Hunt, but not next week. Oh, Jesus. Nate's giving me some, that's like paint drying. Wandell, very south with the yards per catch. Oduze. The Bears are one of the only teams worse off than the Jets. I don't know. He wants Mooney and Montgomery, my glue. Ooh, I like that. Mooney and Montgomery, my glue guys. Darnell Mooney up to number 6 in the league. If fucking jerk-off could start playing good, Devontae Adams, excuse my language. If Goofy, if that snarky fuck with the bad attitude could, you know what? Watching Rodgers, it's like an old fighter that hung around too long. You know what, guys, too? It's making me appreciate Tom Brady's Tampa Bay run even more. Not everybody goes to the next team and goes off into the sunset. Tom Brady went and won a Super Bowl with the Bucs at 40-something. Damn. Shout out to Tom Brady, right? Think about that. Like Russell Wilson went to Denver. He made all these fucking stipulations last year. He's like, I want my own office. I want my own office in the building. I want a fucking massage chair, PlayStation. I heard it was crazy. He became a diva. He fucking sucked. Rodgers came over to the Jets, ran out with the flag last year. Leg blew off. This year, can't run at all. That's the problem. Anybody watching the Jets, when I watch Kansas City, even when I watch Kansas City, it's beautiful. I don't see like intricate shit with the Jets. I see step back a few feet, let it go, or hand off. no play action, no misdirection. I don't see like sharp misdirection, nothing that scares me. Oh, oh man. Darlene, what are you going to do with your squad? We're hanging on by a thread, Dar. We are hanging on by a thread. I'm looking at my 2 leagues. I'll go back and forth. We're hanging on by a thread. We can't make a trade in my league. We got to be able to make a trade. These guys are running away with it. Oscar, T-Rich, and Mel are running away with it. There's got to be a way we can make our team better. Gotta be. It's legal. We're not cheating. I'm talking about it on public. Like, who could we swap? Golden Fire. See, you got CD Lamb now, and he might go into the shitter. You could be in trouble, Dar. CD Lamb could be fucking nosedive Lamb. If I could put CD Lamb like nosediving, like it's some kind of AI, I would. That's going to be tough for him to keep producing. How did he do last week? 10 targets, 6 catches, 21 yards. That's so not like CD Lamb. We got to figure this out. Ma, what about you and Dar making a trade? Gotta be something. Like, there's gotta be something. If you gave you, I don't know who you is. I'm making just an example. If you have that person and you have that person and you both have a bye next week or something like that, like if you look at your shit, oh, if we swap these two, we'll both be better off. Come on, you two, let's go. Let's go. Look a little bit. Come on. I wish I could do another trade with you. I gotta look. There's gotta be one. If I do another wheel and dealer with my mom, my mother, who traded Reed for Hopkins? That was my mother and me, was it? No, she traded for Hopkins. Wow. My mother's got Hopkins and Jefferson. You know what? Right now, I have more faith in DeAndre Hopkins than I do in Adams with the current setup and what I'm seeing from just like the way they're playing football. I like Devontae Adams, but I'm nervous. If I could deal Adams and Najee Harris tonight, I would in the JFFL. I do have them both. I would trade Adams and Harris. I would like to make that deal right now. Nobody would bite on that. Nobody would take a shot on Adams doing enough. Like, if somebody needs a back and already has a good receivers, trade me a stud. I'll give you Harris, Najee Harris, and Adams. Now, in my league, I'll tell you who I would trade. I got Najee Harris. I got a lot of guys on a bye. Shit. I can't afford to trade anybody. I would trade one of my tight ends if somebody needs a tight end, but then who would you need? Or I'll trade one of my tight ends and Kareem Hunt. Pacheco's about to come back. Who's got him? T-Rich? That was a rough one. Lisa should have never dropped Pacheco. That's like giving a person in our league a really good player. I have to put some kind of like rule in. We can't do that. We can't drop, but it's also a fine line. I can't tell somebody what to do. But if there's a player as good as Pacheco and he's on an injured list, ask me before you drop him into the abyss, please. I think T-Rich snagged him. T-Rich doesn't sleep. T-Rich is, you snooze, you lose. Did he get Pacheco? Yeah. Shit. Oh, no. And that directly affects me because I'm the one that's got Kareem Hunt. I'm enjoying the shit out of having Kareem Hunt. It's about to be soon over. And Nate the Great keeps offering me Kareem Hunt. No, Nate. It's over. It's over for Kareem. I wish he was still going. I would take him in a heartbeat. I like how he's playing. Love how he's playing, Nate. Traded Lisa for Hopkins. That's right. That's right. You know what? Are we allowed? Would anybody get upset if we made another deal, Ma? Because the Twins don't really bite on any trades. Carmelo loves his team. He doesn't want to trade anybody. He fucking thinks he's never going to lose ever. So I think Oscar likes his team. I would offer Oscar a trade, but I don't know if he's going to take it. Oscar's got. Does he have neighbors? I like neighbors, but the Giants are ugly. You know what? when Nico Collins, I'd like to get Tank Dell from Oscar. That'd be a nice one. Tank Dell. Oh, he's got McCaffrey. You got Mason, right? I think. The trade deadline in T. Rich's league is right now, this week. There's a lot of hard start sit questions, guys. There's players we got to visit on Sunday morning that we got to talk about. Juan Jennings for the Niners. Deebo Samuel is a different entity than he's not really a standard wide receiver one. He's not now. I don't know if he ever was really with no Ayuk and the way the Niners use Deebo. I see Juan Jennings staying heavily involved. I think if you got a chance to start Juan Jennings in a flex, but you have other guys that you usually start like go-tos, you might want to seriously consider benching your usual. Like a guy like Davante Adams. I'm looking at it right now. Is Davante Adams going to outscore Juan Jennings this week? I don't know. These are fucking hard, man. I don't want to lose. I got Davante Adams. He's going to start. I got him penciled in as a starter into the JFFL. But when I'm thinking about it, is he going to outscore Jennings? Jennings this past week, 11 targets. Oh my goodness, 11 targets. How do I bench that? I got to find a way for him to start. He's going to start over Adams or Harris. I could put him in the flex. These are hard. These are not the start sits. Everybody should have a team deep enough where you have one mind fuck. Start sits that's really fucking your head up. Everybody should have a couple of them. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, fantasy football is heating up. I got tough ones start sit. I'm looking at Juan Jennings, looking at Adams not producing. Should I bench Adams? But that's crazy. It's Davante Adams. These are not easy. Fortune favors the bold, guys. We got Jaden Daniels going tomorrow against Hurts. We got all big guys in tomorrow's game. I got Jaden Daniels in all three of my leagues. I went with him this year. But the guy I'm going against has Saquon. That's why I'm wearing this, because I am a professional mush. I'm good at jinxing players. I need Saquon to have a quiet game tomorrow. What do we got here? Tracy Jr. for DeAndre Hopkins. Do it. You know what? If you don't have two other really good running backs, you hold on to Tracy Jr. You're not going to get more. Tracy Jr. is one of my favorite players in the whole NFL. I got Tracy Jr. and Hopkins on one of my teams. I love them. I think I got them on the same squad. Do I? Let me see. Yeah. I got DeAndre Hopkins, and I love them both. But Hopkins is more you're projecting good things and big things. Tracy's a horse right now. Horse. He's a high carries, guys. 15 to 20 something carries. Catches the ball. Super player. I felt so bad for him. I saw he had the towel on his head. He fumbled at the end over there in Germany, and it cost him the game. And he played such a good game. Another 100-yard game. That was Tracy's third 100-yard game on the ground. 180-something, 140-something, 103. The kid is a player. You don't give him away. Don't give him away. Mr. Magic, what's going on? What do we got here? Got offered JT for Smith and Jacobs. Oh, man, that's tough. Jonathan Taylor for Smith and Jake. You know what? No, you know what? Josh Jacobs alone is one of the most valuable running back. I don't know if I would want just about anyone over Jacobs. The way when you get a guy carrying 30, 27 times, big time carries, a lot of usage. You know what? Let's look. I got everything right in front of me. Josh Jacobs is balling. Jonathan Taylor is often injured, an oft-injured guy that's never always there. You're counting on him to be consistent. You got to be careful. I love Jay, and Devontae Smith, he's always hot, cold, but he's been hot. You got to keep those guys, man. I'm gonna put this on the charger. You got to keep those. You got a good team, man. CMC, and you got Cup too. Wow, and Evans on the way back, and Hawkinson just came back. Yo, half your team was out. Oh my goodness. Are you in contention for the playoffs? Because if you are, I would be confident. Like, that's a nice squad. Real nice. Let's see. Let me get to these questions. Drake, those are nice. Lads coming on too. What's going on, guys? Dobbins or Swift? Oh man. You know what? You can't go against. I know Gus Edwards led the game last week, but Dobbins plays for a team that's a machine. Jim Harbaugh is a fucking genius of a coach. Their identity, they're gonna run the shit out of it and play defense. I would play Dobbins. Swift plays for losers that are struggling. You know what I mean? Hospital Zeros. There he is. Dobbins and Bucky for Jacobs. You know what? Jacobs is. I would try to get Jacobs because he seems the most solid to me. See, I like Jacobs this year. And they got a lot of talent, Green Bay. A lot of talent on that squad. Let me see. Gus Edwards. Yeah, Gus Edwards had a good game last week, but Gus Edwards is not a perennial horse all the time. Gus Edwards like pops in once in a while. Like, hey, it's been 6 weeks. It's Gus Edwards week. It's Gus Edwards day. Like, he'll have a big day and then you don't hear from him. Like, don't overthink. Don't worry about that, I don't think. Running back room. The rooms are important. Like, okay, let's see who you got. Cook, Dobbins, Tracy, Bucky, Brooks, and Estime, the new guy for Denver. See, now that's good. If you don't have decisions to make, then your team is probably weak. So at least you got decisions. See, me, with your room, I would not bench right now with everything, the body of work I've seen all year. I wouldn't bench Tracy. And I wouldn't bench Dobbins. It's hard. And then Cook plays on such a top-notch team. Buffalo's good this year. At the table, the big dog table, it's Buffalo, KC, Baltimore. Stop in the AFC to me. I think that's it. 3 teams. So I like good backs on good teams. Oh, man. Brian Robinson, another good player. But you know what? Dobbins, he's just having a good year. Next year, he'll suck. Next year, mark my words, whoever drafts what a difference a year can make. Like, I had Saquon last year, Brees, Gibbs, and A-Chain on my fantasy team. I didn't even make the fucking playoffs. Oh, my. I got so shell-shocked from missing the playoffs with those 4 backs. I drafted 4 receivers. The first 4 rounds, I was so shell-shocked. I had PTSD from last year. I went receiver. And then I grabbed Montgomery and Harris later. I got lucky. I did good, but, oh, man, it's tough. Oh, guys, do me a favor when you get a chance. Hit that like button. Keep it going. I want to get people in here. Keep going over these start sits. Okay, let's see here. T-Rich. What type of receiver would you anticipate of getting in return for Devontae Smith and Josh Downs package? Well, T-Rich, first of all, I like the package. Devontae Smith, for some reason, on the Eagles, it's hard to tell. I don't know. For some reason, he's not my favorite fantasy guy. Next year, watch. 7th round, you'll hear me, hey, Devontae Smith. Like, you never know. But he up, down, like, Brown, Barkley, a lot of mouths to feed, but it's a high-powered offense, and it looks like they're getting better and better. But Downs, who's the fucking quarterback? Like, first it's Flacco, then it's Richardson, Flacco, Richardson, Flacco. Like, that fucks my head up a little bit. So to package Smith, who sometimes is not there, but he's really good, but to package him with Downs with that quarterback situation in Indy, I would go for it. We got to think about who you can package him for. Amon-Ra, love him. Higgins just not making it, not making it as a pro. Like that Super Bowl where T. Higgins was like one of my favorite new guys. I had the jersey. I still got the jersey. That was 3 years ago. He just keeps getting tripped up. Like, oh, he's pissing me off, man. Love Tank Dell. Amari, he's been where the like I got Amari Cooper on my fantasy team. Like, is this the year we got Amari and he fell off? We didn't know it. Like, what the fuck, man? Excuse my language. Like, Amari Cooper has been Mr. Reliable for like every year. And the last couple of years, I did not draft him. He was on fucking Cleveland. Like, what's uglier than taking like Amari Cooper on Cleveland after Dallas just let him go? Like, I was afraid to pick him, and he just tore it up. Apologies to Amari Cooper. Just tore it up 2 years in a row. This year, I'm seeing him later. I'm like, hey, Amari Cooper. Now he gets traded to Buffalo, and it's getting weirder. It's getting weirder. What the hell did we do? There we go. Yes, hit that like button, guys. Blurpy. Oh, I've seen you in here before. What are you doing? 10 full. I got to get stronger readers. Sorry about doing the proverbial headbutt here. 10 full PPR, 2 flexes. QBs, Lamar, Mahomes. Well, you got to go Lamar, no matter what. Running backs, Mixon. Oh, hey, how's Joe Mixon running like that this year? He's running better than he's run in 7 years. He never gets benched. Never bench Mixon until the calendar says 25, maybe. Mixon starts. Oh, those are fun. The second choice of your running backs are fun. I would take a shot and go fucking Nick Chubb. I got a Nick Chubb authentic, my only authentic jersey. Brown Nick Chubb, the good one. Yeah, I'm a Nick Chubb fan. He's back. And Cleveland had a good game a couple weeks ago. Then they had a poor showing against the Chargers and went on a bye. They had a lot to work on. I got a hunch on Nick Chubb this week. So I would lean into that a little bit. I would lean into Chubb. Here we go, receivers. I'm fascinated by the receivers flipping and flopping them because, like I was just talking on the way in, how I like Adams. I'm worried about Adams. Where I would maybe put in a guy like Juan Jennings. Maybe I'm looking at it right now. I'm not afraid to pull the move. Like, is Devontae Adams? Well, let's look at your guys. Perfect example. All this shit going on with the Jets, but how do you give up on Devontae Adams and Rodgers right now when they're playing the Colts? Like, if they can't get it going now, what do you do? Like, how could you bench him? So that's really hard. The week that they had against Arizona last week, he had like 5-6 catches for like 20 yards or something. That's like Wan'Dale Robinson. Like, Wan'Dale already bounced back. I don't even want to disrespect Wan'Dale like that. Oh, man, like, I'm scared. So let's see. What are the choices? Wide receivers, Adams, Debo, another weirdo, like weird role. Like, he's not really your number one because I see ones on that team, and I've seen that team. I see Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a fucking one. Excuse my language. But, like, it's tough. Debo, they're not using him like a one. Tyreek Hill, another guy with a wrist injury. I've never seen so many wrist injuries, but he should be all right. Myers, number one. Downs, I like Downs. Quarterback conundrum over there. Keon Coleman, he might be out too still. You know what, man? You got to start the cheetah. If the cheetah's playing, he starts. How could you bench Tyreek Hill, right? Sometimes you go backwards into it. Process of elimination. Guys, hit that like button for me, please. Thank you. Process of elimination. Okay, you're going to start Tyreek Hill. Man, you know what? The guy that just the ceiling jumps to me when I look at him is Downs. Josh Downs is a fucking baller, man. Josh Downs has the chance of like his first 4 catches go for 80. Rodgers can't even get out of his own fucking way. 7 catches for Devontae for 25 yards. I just got agita thinking about that. I just got agita. Excuse me. Got a little like that's disgusting. When a good receiver like Devontae Adams gets 7 catches for like 25, that's an indictment on the play call and the offense, the court, all that shit. That makes me nervous. Watch me tell you to start Adams. And see, okay, I'm starting Cheetah and Downs. I would sit Adams. And now I'm going to be the hypocrite and start Adams. I got DeAndre Hopkins and Adams in my starting receivers and Juan Jennings on the bench. What am I, fucking crazy? What am I, crazy? Give me advice. Do I make sure Juan Jennings gets in the starting lineup? He had 11 targets last week, 90-something yards. I'm going to start Hopkins and Adams over Jennings. I can't. And I got Mooney in my flex. He goes nowhere. Mooney and Tracy. That's glue. I love Tracy. He felt so bad. You traded Tillman for Amari, and I thought I fleeced him at the time. Yeah, right? I know. And Tillman, I expect Tillman to have a nice game. Now, we play fantasy regular with our boys and stuff, but they also have the weekly fantasy. Now, if you guys, anybody plays weekly fantasy where you play for a little bit of money and you pick your roster, according to how much they're worth. You're allowed to spend like 30,000, like whatever, and then like this guy will be worth this much. So I would look at Tillman this week. Tillman has been putting up big yards with Cleveland with Jameis Winston. I would keep an eye on Tillman. Yeah, you thought you fleeced him. I know. ETN could be a play if Bigsby is out. Yeah, Jacksonville, no Trevor. Mac Jones played well. Almost lost my teaser last week. Mac Jones almost beat Minnesota, but they didn't, so thank goodness. But, man, yeah, that's tough. Who's Jacksonville got? I was looking at that game before. A team that I wanted to bet is playing Jacksonville. I'll find it right now. Last night's NBA bet was like taking candy from a baby. Clay was back in Golden State. I just took Steph Curry for 5 threes and Clay for 4. Bang, bang. And I had the Knicks before that, little three leg SGP, same game parlay. Bang, got him, Nooch. I can cherry pick NBA a lot, pretty good. But there's no way if I give you 5 out of 7 that we shouldn't win $1. If you ask me what I like with the NBA, we got to figure out some type of round robin system. All right, here we go. Lions. Oh man, you know what? You want to hear a good stat? I got a good stat. Yeah, I love stats. I'm a stat geek. The last time a team, their quarterback threw 5 interceptions and they won the game, Detroit, they just did, was 1970. 1970. The Colts, Johnny Unitas threw 5 picks and they won. They came back and beat the Bears. The Bears must have sucked that year. But yeah, that's a real stat. That's give me some credit. Hey, is your trade deadline now or no? Like mine's this week in 1, but my own league, it's set for like 2 weeks from now, like week 13. I didn't really do that on purpose. It was a default there. So I guess T-Rich bumped his up a little bit. T-Rich, was yours on 13, but you put it to 11 like a good commish? That's what I should have did in my league. Hey, T-Rich, we keep overlooking my league. Let's make a trade in the Nooch FFL. I need one. I'm ready. I'm ready to pull a trigger here, making a trade. We pulled it off in the other league. Let's make a trade. These Smitty. Or is it the Smitty? What's up? What's up? Oh, man. Trade Dell for Devontae Smith? Not so quick. Not so quick because Diggs is not coming back. Nico's just getting back. Dell's a good player. Devontae Smith disappears. I don't know, though. Devontae Smith is, let's see what they're ranked. Devontae Smith's got to be ranked a little higher, right? That's a good one. I'm curious Who's ranked higher on my sleeper app? I'm on sleepers right now. Tank Dell, that's a good one. 40. Okay. Let's see. Tank Dell's 40. Devontae Smith, 22. Oh, man. Looks like a no-brainer. That looks like you should play. See, Devontae Smith last week, 2 catches, 14 yards. Like, he has those games. 1 catch, -2 yards against the Giants in week 7. Some receivers never have those games, right? Let's see Dell. Let's just see that. Sometimes it's good to have a steady guy. Let's see. Let's see Dell the last couple of weeks. Dell, 8 last week, 5 for 39, which is a little low, 9 targets. The week before, 9 targets, 6 for 126, 18. The week before, 4 for 35. That's not a lot. It's not a lot. I would take the shot on Devontae. Tank Dell's not killing him where you like it would be like, oh no, how did you do? Like, I would take a shot. Why not? Yeah, like Smith is probably a little bit better of a pro. He's definitely a little bit better. Definitely give him the edge. You're right. You're right. Like when you're right, you're right. Oh, now that I'm really sitting on it and thinking about it, yeah, Devontae Smith, I give the edge to him as a pro. Hell yeah. Make that trade. Make that trade. Don't you dare trade Amon-Ra. Let me read that whole thing before I jump to conclusions. Don't say bad words. Did I put this not for kids? Don't say bad words. Trade Amon-Ra. Would you do Amon-Ra and Tank Dell for Nico Collins? No. Oh, I don't. Oh, George Pickens is enticing because he's going to give you more for the 2 for 2 that you just said. Amon-Ra and Tank Dell. You can't get Amon-Ra is the man to me. Tank Dell, very good. Nico Collins is the man. Yards monster, too. Just coming back. Should be fresh. Pickens with Russell Wilson throwing. That second piece could be the difference. And there's only a couple guys that you could mention on a swap for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nico Collins is one of them. Fucking league leader yards when he went down. Like, he should be better. They kept him out a long time. Yeah. You know what? You got me on my toes today. That's the second one that I was like one way, but when I thought about it, other way. Good shit. Good job. These are good ones. This is what I enjoy. When I get one, I don't know where, like, I post this on a couple different platforms. My real live stream is Sunday morning, every Sunday since 2021. Haven't missed this. I'm on like 70th Sunday in a row. 9:30, 10 o'clock, right to 12, 2 hours, go over the whole sports book, fantasy start sits, everything that we're seeing. We just do it like the best that we could. My friends pop in, and then people from when I put it off Twitter or Facebook, whatever, some people see it. I throw a hashtag on, they come in, I get new people, and we have a good time. Like every time is different. So I enjoy having you guys in here with your comments and coming back and forth, and I appreciate that. Just wanted to shout you guys out because I'm having fun with your stuff. Oh, you know what? Mike Evans is a different caliber dude, and I can't believe it. I'm so upset. I got a T. Higgins jersey hanging in my closet. I love T. Higgins, especially when he first came onto the scene, and there was no hiccups. But I think Mike Evans is right on the cusp of coming back. And when he does, off to the races. Off to the races. Mike Evans should be healthier than he's been all year. He's the number one by far, by a country mile. Those other receivers are not ready like that. Mike Evans will come back in country mile number one. Godwin's not there. Even though Godwin's went back to the slot, Godwin was like leading the league in receiving. There's going to be Mike Evans, heavy dose. So don't be careful. I love Drake London too. I didn't even see that, T Rich. Smith over Dell. You got me with that one. These are good ones tonight. Those are tough. But yeah, I would try to receive Nico Collins and George Pickens because I think that back end when I'm saying George Pickens in addition to Nico, I think that's a little stronger than Tank Dell in addition to Amon-Ra. So, yeah, I would take that trade. Go for it. And, man, like, that's the hard part. We can't be married to guys with reputations. That's what makes people lose. Like, I got hard decisions to make. Jennings, you got to be looking at him. Let's look at guys on the roster. Like Darnell Mooney, people don't even realize he's the number 6 receiver in the whole league. Number 6, guys. Like, I don't want to hear that he had like scrubby seasons with the Bears. It's not last year. You have to be able to evaluate things in real time. Kirk Cousins had one slow game. The first game that he came back, everybody was panicking. Since then, Atlanta, we're going to see them in the playoffs, guys. We're going to see Atlanta in the playoffs. We're going to see Mooney in the Pro Bowl. Like, this is fucking facts. Like, Mooney, I got more faith in Darnell Mooney right now putting up fantasy numbers than Davante Adams. That's why people quit. People can't take it. I know guys that can't take it. They won't come back. I got friends that quit 5-6 years ago. Hey, you want to play this year? I go, oh no, I can't fucking play. Like, they can't fucking take it. They folded. Mental break. Oh no, I get too frustrated. Yeah, these guys that like to gamble and stuff, they can't take fantasy. Imagine you got Davante Adams. You got why is it that some guys you'll draft overall 11 or 12 and they're not even anything. They become nothing. And you spent all that time. I took him on the comeback. And then there's another guy, take him in the 6th round. He becomes like your fucking MVP. Like, oh, it's so tough. Like, one of my glue guys in fantasy this year is Montgomery, my 5th round draft pick. I drafted him in round 5, all 3 leagues. Remember I told you I got PTSD from last year when I didn't make the playoffs? I had Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, Breece Hall, and A-Chain. I didn't even make the playoffs. I'm like, oh, fuck this. This year, I went receivers, and then in the 5th round, I went David Montgomery, and he's been a glue guy. Najee Harris is coming on late. I always next year, remember this. Just keep this in mind. When next summer rolls around, wherever you have to look it up. What running backs are entering a contract year? I did that with Najee this year. So he's on a contract year. His contract's up. And I know when Miles Sanders was on a contract year a few years ago, he rushed really good for Philly. The other guy, I think Montgomery might have been on one when he was on the Bears, and Detroit gave him the contract. But I know contract years, guys got a little extra pep. So that's why I took Najee. We got to pay attention to stuff like that. Hey, how much when are we going to really start paying attention to the fact that this never happens? The 2 best running backs in football literally joined brand new teams that were already powerhouses, and they're leading the league in rushing. Derrick Henry and Saquon have 2,000 yards right fucking now. Henry's got 1,120 yards. Just joined Baltimore, 30 years old. They said he was like, I lost a step. Dallas, Jerry Jones, Dallas didn't want to give Henry the $12 million a year. Shame on you, Dallas. Like, that's why you stink. Because you didn't think Derrick Henry was worth it. You got fucking Rico Dowdle and Ezekiel Elliott, a shell of himself. They should call him Ezekiel Shelliott. Fucking worst ever. And you wouldn't give Derrick Henry $12 million a year. Oh my goodness. And you got guys like Micah Parsons disrespecting the coach. They're leading with disrespect out there in Dallas. Like, you could see some organizations why they suck. Then you got a guy, John Harbaugh, leads with respect. Him and Lamar Jackson are close. Like, when all that contract shit happened last year when Lamar was holding out, the fucking house never came down. Which houses don't come down? The ones with the foundation. if you think not this past summer, the summer before, Baltimore would not give him the money. That would make 99% of guys fucking pissed. Where it's like, what's that called? Irreplaceable, irreplicable, whatever that word is. Like for the fact that John Harbaugh and Lamar stayed so good, and then they got him paid, shows me the kind of guy and the kind of organization that Baltimore has. And who signed Henry? Who signed Derrick Henry? Baltimore. Was it worth it? You tell me. That's probably going to be the difference. If Baltimore is really the favorite. If we had to rank the favorites in the AFC, not who you think, who's got the championship pedigree. No. Who's the real favorite? Like fucking favorite? It's Baltimore. Baltimore. I saw Terrell Davis join John Elway in the Broncos years ago. It took him to a different level. Repeat 2 championships in a row. Another team didn't win any Super Bowls for a 3-year span almost. When I watch Derrick Henry onto that team, it scares me. Baltimore's the favorite. That's number one. On the other side, it's also clear. It's Detroit by a fucking country mile. It's not even close. They run better than everybody. Double-headed monster. Gibbs, Montgomery, beautiful. Best line, defense. The quarterback outside of last game been super accurate. That's a hell of a squad. Detroit, to me, is the cream of the crop. Now, who's number 2 and 3? I told you the 2 teams I'm thinking, but you got to rank Kansas City second, right after Baltimore. You can't disrespect them by putting them third because it's close. Buffalo is that good. It's going to be a hell of a game. I don't see the Chiefs going undefeated because I think when I think of these teams, think about this, guys. It makes me believe they're going to lose one of them. Buffalo, Chargers, Denver again. Right there. Those are tough fucking games. Harbaugh, the defense, and Chargers the run. Like, how do they have to play the Chargers 2 more times, or did they play them once already? Kansas City Chiefs remaining schedule. Let's see this.
Here's the upcoming
schedule. Here we go.
Chiefs between Sunday and January
Panthers. That's they got the Bills this week. Okay, the Bills super tough. Panthers should beat them. Raiders should beat them. Chargers, December 8th. That's a hard one for me. In my mind, that's going to be hard. Browns always got a tough defense. Every fucking game is tough. I'm just thinking of what that team presents. Texans, okay. Oh, they got tough. They got a tough road. There's nothing easy in the NFL anyway. Steelers, they're in first place. Last week we had the who the F are the blanks, right? So the game that I identified is who the F are the Jets. The Jets were 2-5. They were on the road, traveling cross country. They were a 3-point favorite at Arizona. First place, Arizona. Who the F are the Jets to be a 3-point road favorite at 4:30 on a Sunday on the West Coast? I found another one. Pittsburgh. Who the F? Like, it's not really who the F. You got to remix this one a little bit, but Pittsburgh is in first place. A first-place team with an in-division game should never be the underdog at home. The line, that's fucked up. Like, is Baltimore that good? No, I think it's going to be a close game. Mike Tomlin coach teams in division. Why is Pittsburgh the underdog at home? That's tempting. Any type of teaser you throw on a couple. What do you got? What do you got, Rye? Oh, I got to get to we got to get Big over here first too. I didn't see you guys come in. How you doing, guys? Guys, do me a favor, hit that like. Let's get to this stuff. We're having a good one tonight because the material's right there. This shit is so hard. We're talking about like benching guys like Davante Adams and starting Juan Jennings. This is real shit. Do you think Davante Adams is going to outscore Mooney Sunday? Like, let me read your stuff. These are good tonight. This trade in a PPR league. Brian Robinson Jr. for Ridley. Whew, man. Oh, I just picked up Ridley in one league, and he's putting up monster targets. So you got to do the math. What are the variables? It's like a science project, math. There's always variables. Hopkins is gone from Tennessee. Shit show over there. And it looks like Ridley, they're gonna figure out ways to fucking get him 15 targets a game. Like I'm not sure what's going on in Tennessee, but I know one thing: they're making a conscious effort to see what the fuck they can get out of Calvin Ridley. Excuse my language, but when I saw the targets, oh my goodness! So, is your running back room strong enough? Can you survive losing Brian Robinson Jr.? Do you have 2 running backs to start? Because I would take a shot on that. For the last couple of weeks, they got nothing. And a team like Tennessee, they're always losing. So they're not going to be fucking running. Beautiful. Yeah, that's a fantasy. Gobble that up like Pac-Man, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would. Let's get to Ryan here. Give all your best ones. Yo, check your bench out. Check usual guys that you always start. How long are you going to wait for them? You know, I know you got a guy that he's supposed to do it, but he's not. Fortune favors the bold. Look around. Look at your bench. What do you got here? Running back this week, Connor and Tracy on a bye. Ooh, 2 guys I love this year. Love those 2. You got a good stable. Good choices this year. Would you trade Pearsall and McConkey for Javonte Williams and Leggett? Ooh. I have Lamb, Hopkins, Debo, and Adams. Okay. Let me see. Oh, so you would get Javonte. You would start Javonte, but you know what? That's risky because that kid for Denver is chomping away at Javonte's time. It never stays the same. Variables. It never stays the same. This kid for Denver's running good. But Denver's, I like how they're coached. Sean Payton team. Leggett, however you say it. Carolina is I don't know how that's going to go. It's tough. That's tough. Pearsall and McConkey. Yeah, you know what? Pearsall is not I saw he's a very fast kid. He's a kid. He just introduced himself to the team in the NFL. Just started to see he hasn't progressed to that point yet to do that type of work that you're going to need to win fantasy. So yes, and McConkey, as promising as it looks lately, it's been his best sample size. Sell high. The Chargers, they're getting better on offense, but they went games where they didn't even score over 22. They had 5 games in a row where they couldn't get over 20 or something. So it's not a finished product out there. So you need a back. You got 2 backs on a bye, and you could get rid of those 2 guys. I like it. I tell you what, man, you guys are surprising me tonight. You guys got some good ones tonight, man. Shout out to the crew in here tonight. The guys in here should get the MVP or something. Good ones. I like these tonight. It's an interesting night. London for Debo? No, don't do that. Don't do that. I was just really looking at Debo in depth. Debo is a Fugazi number 1 receiver. He not like he's not good. He doesn't get used and do the things the other number 1s that are staple real number 1s. He doesn't get enough. Let's look at his lines, man. We got to dive into Debo. When I saw Jennings take over last week for San Fran, it made me realize a true alpha receiver like that the best route runner, like when Beckham was in his prime. Odell Beckham, when he was a rookie, those young years, when he was in his prime, he was running crisp routes, he was the man. There would never be a week where somebody else was on the field getting, 5 more targets and him catching more balls. Debo, where he's at in his career now, they got the screens and shit. He runs. He's dangerous. He's a weapon. But he's not getting the steady diet of receptions that a lot of these guys are. And London is a solid London reminds me of a young Mike Evans. For some reason, he reminds me of Mike Evans 10 years ago. That's a pretty good compliment, man. And Mooney and Evans are the best receiving duo in the league. Numero uno. Mooney just passed Evans last week, so Mooney might be ahead of him. But the Evans is London. I don't know if I said. I meant to say London. Mooney and London are the best duo in the league. I'm sorry, I might have misspoke. But I love London. Love him. Yeah, don't. Let's look at Debo right now. I want to see. I'm curious because I don't own him, so I don't have as much of his stats like right in my head. Let's see. Debo, 6 targets, 5 catches, 62 yards last week, 12.6. You know, he made the most. It wasn't like he had 12 targets, he snagged 7. No, he caught almost everything. If 2 of them go drop, he got 3 catches. That's not like the number one, like if you had like a London. The week before that, 4 catches. The week before that, 0. The week before that, 3 for 102. But 3 for 102, that's like heart attack shit. Like that makes you nervous. Like I don't even want a guy like that. Right? Think about it. Yeah, I would stick with London. Definitely stick with London. I tell you what, don't sleep on kickers and defenses, guys. I don't know why everybody's if there's 10 spots and the kicker and the defense are 2 of them, that's 20%. I mean, I'm an 80-20 guy. I die at 80% of the time, 20%. That 20% makes a difference. That 20% makes a difference. I went for the Texans D because they're playing the clumsy Cowboys this week. I went with the kicker from Detroit. I like that guy. That I've been switching a lot. My kickers and defense. I think it's insane to keep the same defense all year. I don't care what defense it is. There's always a better matchup on a week-to-week basis. Am I crazy or no? Tough sledding. But we got, you know what? I better take these trades off the board before somebody accepts it. Hopkins, I offered C-Rich Hopkins and Tracy for Brown. Now, he should at least think about it. I offered him Tyrone Tracy and DeAndre Hopkins. Now, if he needs a running back, nah, Brown's probably too good. But I tried. I'm kind of liking my team. You know what? T-Rich has been busting my chops about week 12 the whole time. I'm looking at my opponent. He's not in the best shape either week 12. So we're both wounded. If I'm wounded and he's wounded, we got ourselves a good matchup. He's got James Cook on a bye, Breece Hall on a bye, Jamar Chase on a bye. Stop there. That's enough for me to get a little bit of confidence. That's enough for me to, and I got enough guys to start now. I'll go Warren and Harris for a week. Who cares? Got to do something. Who's he going to go with? I should have picked up Mostert. Oh, that was my other league. There's the waiver wires are getting thin, guys, and we got a lot of buys coming up. If you guys aren't looking at buys, there's a ton of buys. I'm losing my quarterback in the last week of fantasy. Week 14, I'm losing Jaden Daniels in all 3. And I can't even take my backup quarterback now because I'm losing the most guys I've ever lost in 1 week, ever. Week 12, I'm losing about 5-6 guys. I can barely field the team. So I can't even afford to grab the quarterback for Daniels in 14 because I'm not even crossing that bridge until it comes. We got bridges to cross. I'm 5-5. I came back from the ashes. I was 3-5. I traded Jefferson and Evans on the DL, and I got Juan Jennings, DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Darnell Mooney, and Chase Brown. I'm back. I won 2 in a row. I'm 5-5. Now I got more problems. But hey, if I wasn't alive in this situation anyway, it would already be over. So I gotta keep trying to attack, so to speak. Can't be scared. I made the moves. I won. I'm back to 5-5. Now, just my luck, I got the first place guy this week, Bono. He's got Saquon. I'm mushing him on purpose. This is the bad luck, the nooch mush. I'm good at mushing. We're in a teams points league, me and a bunch of my friends. 2 guys get the prizes. You get 3 teams. We had a draft. We had a fucking draft. You get 3 squads. The draft went like a snake. Whoever gets the most wins half the pot. Whoever gets the most losses gets half the pot. So you go on your own strategy. Shit goes how it goes. So I figured I'm always good at mushing a couple teams. I'm going to mush a couple teams. I will. So I drafted the Bears, the Raiders, and the Bucks. I haven't won a fucking game in four weeks. I might win. I might win as the most losses. It's coming. It's all coming to how I saw it. I like making fun of Baker, even though he's been playing so good this year. They're losing a little bit now. I knew Caleb Williams would run into trouble with Chicago, that shitty organization. And then I went with the Raiders. They're always fucked up. So my strategy's working. I haven't won a game in weeks. So I might be in the lead with the team's points league for losses. So I don't want to win. The Bucks, Raiders, and Bears, I need to lose all year. Who's that? Hey, Thomas. Oh, see, I wanted some of the regulars in here tonight. I wanted some of my guys in here. Good evening, buddy. I did a boxing one for an hour because I kept drifting into boxing, but I was doing football ones because a lot of my friends watch replay and shit. So I don't want to like say I'm doing one video and talk about something different. Like I don't want to be a fucking jerk off. So I did a boxing one for an hour, stopped, and now I came in here. We're doing football because we're at the trade deadline. A lot of stuff, a lot of things happening. Teams are getting their identity. Like we can see teams' identities now. Oh, hey, you want to hear something that just makes me so upset, Thomas? Like the mantle in the league on sleepers. I'm third highest. I got smoked. Carmelo beat me 200 to 140. I had the third highest score, 140 this week, and it didn't count for anything. I lost. Mel had Chase and Burrow started off, and I never caught him. That's all right. That's all right. That league, big trouble. I'm in 3 leagues. 2 of them, I got all the fight. I'm ready. I'm 5-5 in those 2. I'm hanging. I'm in the playoffs. If it ended today, I got shit going on. I'm wheeling. I'm dealing. I'm fighting with everything I got. The Nooch FL, my own league, I'm losing all kinds of ways by 0.5. All crazy shit. The other guy's kicker put up a 30, and the defense put up a 25. Like what? Like crazy shit. So it is what it is. But I tell you what, it's getting fun. I'm having a lot of fun with the FanDuel and all this stuff this year. I feel like we're about to pop on some of these Sunday bets. What do we got here, Thomas? 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Aaron Jones, Robinson Jr., Walker, Hopkins, Ladd, St. Brown, Andrews, and Hawkinson. Oh, man. These are good problems. These are good problems, Thomas. 2 running backs. Okay, process of elimination. I don't know how you can sit Jones or Walker. Kenneth Walker is very fast and explosive, very strong, tough. I like him a lot. I like how Robinson Jr. is playing, but I cannot say that I like him better than Jones, Aaron Jones. So right there, you got to go Jones, probably Walker. Now the receivers are tough. Thomas, I've been making analogies all night. Like, do we really think like these are problems that I have? Like is Devontae Adams gonna outscore Darnell Mooney or Jefferson or either one of them this week? Like, there's big names out there that like I don't know if you stick with them, are you screwing yourself? Let's see who we got a receiver. Hopkins, I love the upside. And when you got Andy calling the plays and championship dudes, I still am optimistic with Hopkins. Ladd's coming on. The Chargers are still a running team in defense, but Ladd is the favorite guy over there. St. Brown. Okay, so you go I would go Hopkins and St. Brown because I think the bigger upside is Hopkins. The Chiefs, they're always in that red zone. You know, I I don't know how you could bench Hopkins on the Chiefs right now, like with his ceiling, how good he is, the quarterback throwing to him, the play caller. So you got to so right there, Hopkins, St. Brown, and then one tight end. That's the toughest one, man. That's going to be your hard decision all year. Mark Andrews or Hockenson. There's got to be a point where you just go with Hockenson. Baltimore is a juggernaut. They're going for a Super Bowl. I don't think big numbers for Andrews is in the cards. It doesn't feel like it, right, Thomas? Let's think about it that way. Zay Flowers is like fourth in the whole NFL in receiving. It seems like Zay Flowers, it doesn't seem like it. It is. Zay Flowers is the dominant pass catcher on the Ravens by a country mile. So the roles have, like, for a couple of years, Andrews was like arguably the best one, but it's not right now. Hockenson is going to always be in the red zone. Minnesota with that offense, they're not a weak team. I would start to cross over and go Hockenson. I would definitely start to think about it. Yeah. What's up, Willie? Drake May and Pacheco. Oh, wow. You know what? Wow. Hey. Oh, I would go get Daniels. I got Daniels in all three of my leagues. I went crazy. I drafted him in the summer in 3 leagues. I had another quarterback, but I said to myself, I'm taking this kid because I like him the best. I didn't take Caleb Williams. I took Jaden Daniels. So you're talking to the right guy. 3 leagues. The other quarterback didn't pan out. Anthony Richardson didn't pan out. Shit didn't happen. Tua got concussed. Shit happened. I went Jaden Daniels. Has been a good move. I think he's the number 3 quarterback in the whole league right now on sleepers, or he was last week. So I would make it. I would make the move. Hell yeah. Who's XD? Who is that, Thomas? Oh man, the last spot, that's hard. Man, Eckler's doing good lately. That's what, and that game's tomorrow. I have a problem with those Thursday games sometimes. I would be pissed if I started Robinson Jr. He gives you a dud, and then you're looking at like Ladd and Andrews. You know what? Out of those 3, you probably got to go with Ladd. Andrews is not going to get more targets than Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey's growing as a pro big time, and he is the favorite target of Herbert. So if you're comfortable with being patient, you'll probably get good volume from Ladd. Get in the end zone, you'll kill him. Let's see McConkey the last couple of games. Ladd. I don't think I know anybody named Ladd. That's interesting. 2 for 52. The 52, that's high. 52. The game before, 5 for 64. The game before, 6 for 111. The game before, 5 for he has not had under 45 yards in 8 weeks. That's a high floor, bro. Since week 3, I'm just going to give you targets and yards. Catches are funny. Like, if you get 7 catches, yeah, I know we're in PPR, but these fucking guys get 7 catches for 25 yards. That kills me. Let's see. McConkey, targets from week 3 on. Week 3, targets 6. Week 4, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7, 2. That's a lot of targets. Yards, week 3, I'm going to just read you each week. Starting week 3, 44, 67, week 4, week 5, 43, 6, 46, week 7, 111. Ah, man, that's tough. But Cincinnati, night game, what's Cincinnati known for? Explosive offense, right? I'd still go with Ladd. I'll go with Ladd. I got 4 live streams in a row. And tomorrow, we got it's Thursday night. The teams always wear their alternate unis on Thursday night. Tomorrow, I'm calling it. Philly will be in the alternate. I got the T-shirt in my room. That's why I'm calling it. I got an AJ Brown black T-shirt, black body, green. Is it green? No, it's white numbers. White numbers with green trim, black jerseys. Every Thursday, the team's been going in their alternate. The Bengals came out all white. The Lions had the black with the blue. There's been some nice ones. So I bet you Philly will have the black with the white numbers. That'll be nice. Philly's got some sweet gear between the Kelly green and the alternate. Not bad, not bad. Too bad the Jets stink so much. I wanted to get a Jets jersey or something, but I'm not rocking that this year. No way. I'm too cool for that shit. Oh, Willie, what do we got, Willie? What do we got, Willie? Kyler Murray. I've had Kyler on my bench because of Daniels, but he's been playing good. He's been playing good. Kyler Murray, James Conner. Oh, you don't be afraid to make deals. Oh, that's why you want to trade for Daniels. Yeah, I would do that. I love that. If you can manage, but you know what? You're not giving him nothing. Pacheco's good. Who's your other backs? Let me see. Connor. And you have Warren. So who are your backs? If Pacheco goes, who's your running back room, Willie? Who are all your running backs? If you can manage that, Daniels is pretty good. Oh shit. Oh, you got Kyren Williams? Oh, I like that. Yeah, make that move. Fortune favors the bold, Willie. Fortune favors the bold. Make it. Hey, they were calling me the dumb. They were killing me, my guys. I made moves last week. I had to. Evans is on the injured list. What's he doing for me? I'm already on a 4-game losing streak. I was 3-5. I traded Evans, a couple $5. I got Hopkins, Chase Brown, and Juan Jennings. Bang. Back. Ooh, that could be a nice squad. Willie, if you could complete that squad, and then you're not trading Connor, right? Oh. Wow, you could have Connor, Kyren Williams, and Daniels at quarterback. That's pretty good. Oh, did you? Wow, that wasn't our deal. The deal that I made when I sent Evans out, Chase Brown came back in the deal. And the guy that I was trading with, I'm not from their town. I live down here. It's them. I'm the only person that's from like far away. So the guy that I was trading with, I think he was so concerned about the group, like thinking that like, oh, you're Robin Nudes, like they were so on him, he kept throwing a guy in. He's like, you gave me Chase Brown, and I'll give you Juan Jennings. I'm like, okay, and Hopkins, all right. I still think I got a good one in that one. Oh, you got Jamar Chase, man. You better go get J.D. Daniels. You better go get him. You got to go get him. Hey, we finally got a couple good games this week. Last week might have been the most boring slate I've ever seen. It was horrible. It was horrible. Those were some bad games last week. This week, we got a couple good ones at least. I'm very excited to see Buffalo and KC. Man, am I excited for that one. Buffalo should win. They're home. They're the better team, like a little bit, kind of. I don't know why I would say that so quickly, but I feel like at home they should win that game. If Kansas, but the best, most interesting part of this season and this whole Chiefs dynasty is the amazing shit that they do that nobody else could do, like win games in all different ways. This is like one of the greatest teams that I've ever seen. This is becoming really special. The way they're winning is just adding to the legend of who they are and what they're about and how they're executing. Like the way the Chiefs are winning different ways. They went to the Super Bowl. They beat the 49ers last year. The Chiefs beat the Niners last year. You know how good the Niners were? They just keep finding ways. on their playoff run last year. They beat Buffalo, who was a powerhouse. Miami was a powerhouse last year. Miami was scoring 50 a game like Ferraris. Oh, they beat Baltimore too in the playoffs. Like now the stakes go up. Henry joins Baltimore. Let's get stronger to compete with KC. Buffalo, addition by subtraction. They got rid of Crybaby Diggs. They seem to have gotten better, haven't they? It's a fact. Buffalo got better. They sometimes when you stop trying to do the big plays and you reel shit in and you play more control football than talented guys like that, they get more disciplined. The team does better. Like that's what happened with KC. A couple of years ago, Mahomes was going crazy. Then they actually had to reel it in. When they lost Tyreek Hill, they had to reel it in and play solid and find different ways. And it actually made them grow like as a more complete team. Now they're more versatile than ever. And now they got some explosion. They had Rashid Rice and Pacheco, but they're doing pretty good with Hopkins. Kelsey's looking pretty good. And Kareem Hunt has been better than anybody could have expected. But now we get to see the Buffalo KC Sunday. That's a nice one. They should have flexed that game. Buffalo KC should have been 8 o'clock Sunday night, right or wrong? Hey, why is my phone not charged? There we go. Oh, see, that's a beautiful. The defense and the kicker, if it's 20% of your roster, if we got 10 spots and 2 of them are the kicker and D, you got to pay attention week to week. That could be the difference. Like I'm sure Philly defense, that might have been the best defense last week. I had them too last week in the league that I won, and I won by 3. Like that was definitely the difference. Now this week I'm moving. I don't get married to one defense because the matchups are so important. I'm playing the best fucking guy in my league. He's 9-1. It's been like steamroll jobs. He's averaging 20 more than all of us. He's got Barkley. He's got this guy. He's got everybody. So I know how important the defense is going to be. I need everything. This week, I went with the Texans. They were on my waiver wire on the thing. I figured Dallas, fucking accidents waiting to happen over there in Dallas. Always screwing up. Backups, dissension. Fucking, it's a bad scenario over there. Give me Houston's defense. I liked how Houston's defense looked last week. So that's my hunch for a fantasy football defense this week. Houston Texans. I like them even better than Green Bay. I don't know if Green Bay's defense is going to put up some great numbers just because the Bears have been struggling. Don't we watch football for like our whole lives? Division games sometimes get hairy. They get heated. The Bears might beat the Packers. I don't know if the Packers D is just going to just like crush the Bears because the Bears have to reel it in. They're making so many mistakes. They might play a tight game where you don't get a lot of turnovers and shit. I like the Houston Texans D. Oh, it depends on your league. You know, if you made it to, you know what? The game is tomorrow. You probably won't make it. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that trade would go off. Maybe. But it's Kyler's on a bye. I was going to say, what are you worried? You got Kyler. Kyler's on a bye. That's tough. Hey, I think it's so cool as a football fan. I think the coolest thing of this season is that 2 fantasy, like this is like all Madden shit. 2 of the best running backs switch teams, joined powerhouses, and are tearing it up. Derrick Henry with 1,100 yards and Saquon with 1,000 yards. They got 2,000 yards, over 2,100 yards. That's amazing. That's so cool. Henry and Barkley. Henry from the Titans. He's on Baltimore now. Like, yo, all right. I've been saying, holy shit, guys. I just looked at something. You know how I've been saying we have to really make Baltimore the number 1? They're really the favorite. And then KC really, like, Baltimore's the strongest team, especially now with Henry. I'm kind of thinking along those lines with Philly. I know Detroit is the strongest team, but if Philadelphia gets rolling with that talent and that back that they have with Saquon and they can match anybody talent-wise. So I know I say Detroit is at a table all by themselves. That's because Philly screws up a lot. If Philly tightens shit up Jalen Hurts was leading the NFL in turnovers since the Super Bowl game to like 4 weeks ago. From the Super Bowl game he played up until 4 weeks ago, he had the most turnovers of anyone in the league. So if he just cleans that up, he's a good player. Everybody goes through a period in their career, all quarterbacks, they start trying shit because they get confident, they get good, and you push it a little too far, and then you got to reel it in and find that happy medium. I feel like he's doing that. I feel like Jalen Hurts is doing that right now, and Philly could be dangerous. They're like, oh man. So okay, Detroit and Philly. I won't put Detroit by themselves. I'll put Philly with them too. Hey, Quincy. Why? What's wrong? What here, Jordan or Pac? Oh shit. Let me read these in order. Yeah, Pacheco's coming back soon. Drake London or Debo? Oh, Quincy, you know what? Debo, when I was watching the Niner game, I went back and checked the tape out and shit because I catch those. They put the whole game mashed up in like 13 minutes, 11 minutes, like the whole fucking game. I watch every game in the league like in 12-minute spurts, and you see every play. They don't skip one play. San Fran, like whatever they're like the number one role in the passing attack, it really goes to Jennings. Like with no Ayuk, Debo is the ultimate weapon, but he's not really like they don't use him like the Lions use St. Brown or Jefferson. Like he's a different entity. So I think Drake London is your guy. I would go Drake London. Kirk Cousins, he had a shaky first week. They've been off to the races ever since. Mooney and London are the best duo in the league yards wise. 2 weeks ago in the morning before the games, they were the only tandem in the whole league, both over 500. That was 2 weeks ago. Like London reminds me of a young Mike Evans. I would go with London. Nah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Like I had a couple years where like, I have a couple guys on one team because think about all the times like you're so worried about switching teams. And then you'll have guys like from the same like what about all the receivers? Like you would think like there'll be years where there'll be two receivers on team and they're both tearing shit up all year. But you wouldn't think to draft them both because they're on the same team. But that's when we outsmart ourselves. Purdy is leading the league in yards per game passing. He was as of a couple weeks ago. I'm going to look it up for you right now. Watch this. Then you're going to see like why you probably got to start him. Yards per game. Yards a game passing. Oh, Burrow's in the lead. Purdy slipped a little bit. Okay. Purdy's got 200 and okay. Purdy second. Brock Purdy's number 2. Who cares about the total? Some teams want to buy, some teams weren't. Brock Purdy's number 2 in the whole NFL in yards per game. 270-2.7. CMC's back. So if you own CMC, you got Purdy. He's getting down the field. CMC's a dual threat guy. Double binger. If Purdy throws to McCaffrey, you're going to get the reception. You definitely want the touchdown pass. So you stick with Purdy. Let me see how many touch. Purdy's got 12 touchdown passes. That's beautiful, man. That's not bad. He's 10th. All right, so he's in the top third. So if Purdy throws a couple more touchdown passes, he's got super numbers. Purdy is giving you the hard part. It's harder to get the yards. Sometimes quarterbacks inflate their stats. They'll throw for $170 and 2. Purdy's throwing for almost 300 a game, so you got to keep him. Right or wrong? Sometimes I just go with the best, like, common sense shit that I could think of, like, to make myself feel okay. Like, when I got my own squad, I'll be like, all right, how will I be least pissed? Like, oh, shit, I'll be fucking, oh, man, I'll be so upset with myself if I start this jerk off and lose. But if I ride with him and I go down either way, I'll be okay with that. Like, sometimes you got to think about your own enjoyment. Like, like you always got to remember the fun part. Yeah. Yo, did you hear? I don't know, Willie, if you were in here, like different people coming at different times. I have this thing on Sunday mornings. I'm doing my live stream every Sunday morning. I rock from 10 to 12, just around there. So it was who the F are the blank. There's always a point spread that jumps out at me. So I see one. Who the F are the Jets? The Jets were 2-5, East Coast team, traveling across the country on the road at first place Arizona, like you just said. The fucking Jets were favorite. What? As soon as I saw that, I was like, whoa, who the F are the Jets to be a road favorite? Nobody's a road favorite. Like, that just blew me away. So like it's easy to get tricked and things change. That's why it's always fun to come on here. Nothing is ever the same 3 or 4 days apart. A couple days go by, fucking 30 variables just changed. This guy, like, look at the shit we're looking at now. Like, I'm afraid to start Davante Adams right now. And the guys I'm looking at that can take his spot easy, Mooney, Jennings, like, okay, if your life is on the line and you got to pick Adams, Davante Adams or Darnell Mooney this week, higher points in fantasy. Are you just gonna say Adams without like really being careful? Like if your life was on the line, right? Like think about that. It's hard. Breece Hall, let me see. He's still top. Well, the damn offense is killing me, and I was high on the Jets early in this year, high on them. But Breece Hall, he's still the best piece on that offense. He's numero uno. Like all the guys, they're not fucking going anywhere. If they don't run this kid the right way, if he's not the focal point, because Rodgers ain't putting the team on his back. I remember the day after all the Giants guys were on the boat in 2017, the next day they played in Green Bay. I got that game stuck in my head. Rodgers, just 7 years ago, what a fucking, excuse my language, what a difference between 40 and 33. That first half, if you ever go back and watch the Giants Green Bay, he would drop back to pass, move a little bit, run, scramble, twirl, scramble, hit Davante. There are no secondary routes because he can't get away. I haven't seen Rodgers like slide, go, extend, hit. That's what the Jets really need, and I don't see Rodgers with the ability to do it. That's why I'm afraid right now with Adams. I got him. I got Adams. I'm afraid. I didn't expect shit to go that far south last week. Last week was Adams like second week or third, whatever it was. Like I expected to see some Green Bay looking shit. I don't know. Breece, listen, if I'm the Jets coaches, you need to win in Indy. Run the ball. And they need to get creative throwing the ball to the running backs in space. Breece Hall, very capable receiver. He could do CMC shit. The Jets are just dumb. They're dumb. They got rid of a guy that made that defense. The defense went from 30 to top 10. They were top 6. They were one game out of first place. They fired the coach. Rodgers is being a snarky prick, giving Salah. He throws a touchdown pass. Salah's running to give him a hug. Hey, man, hey. Like, when is it okay to be a jerk in life? Answer me that. Never. Like, when you start, like, I see mental fatigue on veteran pro players. I'm going to fucking diagnose this. I see guys that were nice guys coming in, and they're dealing with so much shit. So, and maybe rightfully so. I'm not blaming them. But I see a big personality change. Kevin Durant, Aaron Rodgers, even LeBron a little bit. You take so much criticism, and in this day and age, you can see it on the internet. Guys are telling you how much they think you stink and this and that. You get enough people to chirp. It almost like I'm seeing guys' attitudes get bad. Like 10 years into their career, they're like different people. It's fucking weird. I've seen it with a lot of guys. A lot of guys that have been around a long time, they're not the happy people they used to be. And you would think they would be. The money's there, all that shit, but something with like it's I don't know. It's an interesting case study is what it is. What do you got there? Whoever gets the best player in these kind of trades Yeah. These are important. The deadline trades, very important. Brees Hall, he's the best guy on that team still. Young stud. Like they gotta make him the biggest piece of that offense Sunday. Yeah, that's right. His role is elite. That's perfectly said. And it's all up to the Jets getting a little bit creative. Let's get a little creative on offense, right? Guys, hit that like, give it a share, make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna get to that 1,000. I said, hey, we get about 30 of us, called my boys, started a couple years ago, but I enjoy it so much that I'm always going to keep this lane. Sundays live stream is the staple, and I've been coming on more because I enjoy doing the radio stuff, like radio style, like where I could talk to people, go back and forth. We bounce ideas off each other. I'm just in here for it's like therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to argue with people or be negative. This is like a nice little community. We talk sports. We have a good time. That's all. I'm not hurting nobody. Quincy hit me with good ones today. Quincy, I'm enjoying you in here, man. I like people that come with good ideas. Got a lot of good stuff. Your other CMC Gibbs. Oh man. You should name your team like the Ferraris. Drake London Cup. Who the hell's MHJ? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr. What am I nuts? What's the matter with me? You know what? Harrison Jr., he's on the cusp. All those, remember what I'm saying to you right now. Harrison Jr., we are in such an age where we have no patience that we get I say we, I'll blame myself. I get crazy when he has like a slow week. He's a rookie. Like I'm seeing the flashes of what he's going to be. He's going to be a big time receiver, big time. I think he's just going to keep going up and up. Now, who? If you have two to start, you got to always start London and Cup, right? But Harrison Jr. is coming on. You got to watch their health. You got to watch London and Cup's health going forward. Yeah, man, you got to have fun with this. You got to have fun with this. I have fun in here. I'm connected with my childhood friends, my fucking little league catcher, like high school teammates, all people, we're all in different periods of life. You know, who's got the wife and kids, who's across the country, who's there. But on a Sunday morning, everybody's about to watch the games. We all hop in. Who's got a little time? What's up? What's up? We talk. I make this the lane because I found out I'm having the same conversation 30 times anyway. Sunday morning, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, man? So I figured, all right, I can figure this out a little bit and make it fun. So that's how we got here. Oh man. But yeah, the trade deadline, this is big. This is big. My league is this week, the big league. So we'll see. But these start sits are tough, man. These start sits are tough. I'm looking at the league leaders. It's like shocking. I can't even believe it. Like Joe Burrow's leading the league in passing, 2,600. Lamar Jackson is 3 yards behind them. Wow. I feel like Joe Burrow's got 8 million yards. The fact that Lamar Jackson is only 3 yards behind them, wow. Higher completion percentage. Lamar Jackson's the MVP. It's going to be, I think the MVP right now is between Josh Allen's got an outside chance, but he's not one of my real candidates. I disagree. Allen's nice, but everybody can't get a trophy. I'm not every kid gets a trophy guy. The real MVP right now, Lamar Jackson and Mahomes, because of the undefeated shit and always doing these winning things. That's valuable. That's valuable. So everything's gonna play. The MVP's got a lot of factors. If the Chiefs ever go like 17-0 or something, I don't know if there's any way Mahomes won't get the MVP. So, like I always say, math. science. Variables. The word variables is important. How many variables go into the MVP? Well, record of the team is one of them. So that's why Jaden Daniels is still alive. They're like 7-3. What if Washington finishes like 13-4? I know there's outside chances, but Lamar Jackson, when I looked at his numbers, oh my goodness, he's destroying his season from last year, destroying it. Not even close. Lamar Jackson right now leading the league in passing virtually. He's 3 yards behind Burrow. 267 yards a game. Burrow, 267 too. I'm just mentioning Burrow to put that in perspective because, like, it just seems like everybody's talking about Burrow's offense. Lamar is on a team with all weapons, a running back that's leading the league in rushing. Think about that. Oh, my goodness. It's not like the Ravens have to pass. They got the league leading running back, and Lamar's got these numbers. Oh, my goodness. 24 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. MVP. On that one, I'm going out. Sign up to the channel, like, subscribe. Guys, thank you so much for coming in here tonight. I love stuff like this. You're part of the community. Whenever you come in here, I'm happy to have you. Come in Sunday morning. I'll always be on. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get the alerts. But a couple more sports shows during the week. Every Sunday morning, 9:30 to about noon. I'll see you guys later. Peace.